Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Philip and I'm a photographer based in the Midwest, and on this channel we talk about landscapes, nature, and traveling and how those go together. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to use the adjustment brush to make better photos. The adjustment brush is a great way to make some minor adjustments and details to your photo. Now, there are going to be some local adjustments and global adjustments. If you want a better explanation for the difference between local and global adjustments, I'm going to leave a link here to my video that I made on gradient filters. That was part one of this three-part series that goes into more detail and explains that. Like I said, this is part 3 of my local adjustment series, and this is just going to help you take your photo to the next level, because global adjustments will only get you so far. And this is why Lightroom is so powerful, is that it gives you these local adjustments so you can fine-tune specific parts of your image so that everything is perfect and to your liking. Now, the adjustment brush is a necessary tool, in my opinion, that helps me kind of just fine-tune, like I said, these areas of my photo. So we are going to go ahead and jump into Lightroom and go over some examples. Okay, so I have this image that I've edited here, and as you can see, I have some graduated filters in here. I also have a radial filter over here that I use. And what I normally use the adjustment brush for, personally, is to either fine-tune the filters that I've already used, or make small kind of adjustments to very, very small areas in the image that I don't want to have to do a lot of erasing with these other filters. So so your adjustment brush is up here. The hotkey is K. If you're interested in some more hotkeys, I have a video linked up here for that, but you can use K to jump into your adjustment brush. Okay, so now some controls. You can use this brush, as you can see, in a lot of different sizes. So if you have a mouse wheel, you can use your mouse wheel up and down to adjust the size of it. If you hold shift, that will adjust the feather. So what a feather is will control if there's it's almost like how the gradient filter goes from strong to gradual fall off. So if you see there's a hard line right there with no gradient, and I'll go ahead and put one right next to it, and you'll see that that one is a little bit softer. So I'll go ahead and toggle those off, and I'll use this to kind of show the difference. So if you notice with the one up top, it's a very hard line, and beneath it, it's a more natural and gradual shift in that exposure. And that is the best example on how to explain how feathers work. So I'll go ahead and just delete that really quickly. I usually like to have a feather because it keeps things more natural. Now, if you want, you can, let's just say I want to affect just this tree here and get a little bit more brightness. I will scroll and get to just about the width of the tree. I can click on the tree, and then if I want to just, to save some time, I can hold down shift and click, and then that will draw a straight line, as you can see here, on this tree. So that's a good way to get that done quickly. And then I can just affect the exposure of the tree with this example. So I can do that and kind of make whatever adjustments I need to on the tree. I'm just kind of going crazy so you can see what I can do. But like I said, mostly what I'll do is, if I'm trying to make a fine adjustment and don't want to redo a lot of things, I can go down here and I will go ahead and press shortcut O so that I can see what I'm doing, and I'll paint, let's just say, on this grass. And because I only really want to affect the grass, and this isn't too big of an area to make an adjustment to, so I can do that. And now I can make an adjustment to the grass and maybe make that grass pop a little bit more, or whatever you want to do to it. But let's talk about my main personal use for it, and that's adjusting other filters. So I have this gradient filter here, and if you look at our overlay, the purpose of this gradient filter for me is to only affect the sky, right? So I have this overlay here. Now I'm gonna go down into range mask to do the majority of the work, and to only select the highlights, right? So you're gonna see that it's gonna get rid of a lot of the stuff over here in the trees, but it's not gonna be absolutely perfect. So what I'll do is I'll go over here to the brush, and that's just within the gradient filter tool, right? And what I can do is I can go down and press A, and what that's gonna do is that's gonna turn on auto mask. And what auto mask is gonna do is it's gonna detect an edge. So what that means is that I can paint along the edge of here, and you can go ahead and hold down Alt to go to erase, and we're just going to go ahead and erase this mask off of the mountain because I only wanted to affect the sky, and the auto mask is just going to make your life a little bit easier. It's not perfect by any means, and then I'll go ahead and turn it off because when it's on, the computer just works a little bit slower, and just erase all of this other stuff. And then maybe, you know, I might want it to make sure that it's not affecting the trees over here too, so I'll just go ahead and erase it off of there. So now I have a gradient filter that's only really affecting the sky that I want it to affect. And I can go pretty crazy just to show you the example, but that's mostly the majority of the way how I want to use that. So after watching this video, I hope you have a better understanding of how to use the adjustment brush and how it can help you make better photos. And that's going to do it for this 3-part series in local adjustments. If you didn't see the first 2 parts, I'm sure I've already linked them in this video, so you can go back and watch those and really learn how to use these 3 tools together to make photos that you're really happy with. And if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. I would appreciate it. It helps out the video and the channel to reach and help more people. If you have any comments specifically about the adjustment brush, leave them down below. I'll get back to you. And if you want to see more tutorial type videos and photography vlogs from my travels, go ahead and subscribe to keep up with the channel. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye.